Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey. I'm your host Neil, and today we're going to be talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now firstly, I apologize for this hat. It is by far the shittiest hat I have. I got it at Value Village the other day for $2 specifically for this video. I don't have any other Tampa Bay hats, so this will have to do for now. So how will the Tampa Bay Lightning end their season? And this is a pretty interesting story because Tampa Bay is struggling. They're not doing well this year, and it's a surprise to pretty much everyone because a lot of people had them not only making the playoffs, not only doing well in the playoffs, but potentially winning the Stanley Cup. And currently they are well without of a playoff spot. They have a lot of ground to make up. And so let's check out to see who they play for the rest of the season and see if they can make that ground back. So they played 46 games so far. They've got 36 games to go. They've got 126 goals for and 135 goals against. So they're at a -9, which is really unusual for Tampa Bay. Like I said, they're having a tough season. But even with that said, I really do believe that they will go on a winning streak. I think everyone's just kind of waiting for them to go on a winning streak and get back in the game. Everyone kind of knows it's going to happen. It's just they've just had a tough season. They've been struggling. But they're definitely going to turn it around. If they don't turn around this season, next season they're going to be coming out of the gate firing. They will do amazing next season, and look out east. But getting back to the season, let's take a look at who Tampa plays and how well they're going to do. So I've created a ranking system with 3 categories. We have winnable, on-the-fence games, and losable games. And by losable games, I don't mean teams that Tampa Bay is going to lose to. I just mean that the risk is at its highest for Tampa Bay to lose those games. So I've assigned one of those 3 categories to each of the teams that they play for the remaining of the season. That gives me a number, and then I can turn that number into percentage. So with that said, I see them having 6 winnable games, 18 games on the fence, and 12 losable games. So they actually have a really tough schedule to round out the season, much worse than I thought when I originally, before I started this video. I didn't realize that they had so many tough games to play against so many strong opponents. So that basically translates to a 16.6% chance of winnable games, a 50% chance of games on the fence, and a 33.3% chance of losable games. So that 50% chance of on the fence games is really the important factor for the Tampa Bay Lightning. If they play well against the teams that are a little bit above them, a little bit below them, and right on par with them, this is where they're going to make up the ground. This is where they're going to storm back into a playoff spot. And it's very possible, like they have I had them at a 16.6% winnable chance. Obviously, this is completely subjective. You might do the same thing and have a completely different number, and that's great. That's totally fine. If you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. But that 50% chance of on the fence game is definitely the most important factor here. And if they can win those games against those teams, then they probably will make the playoffs. And that's actually how I projected them. I have them coming in at, I think, a wildcard spot in my playoff prediction video. I think I have them coming in the second seat wildcard spot, actually. I really think they're going to go on a very substantial run. People are just waiting for it to happen. But if we look at some of the reasons as to why they've been struggling this year, I think a lot of it can do with injuries. So they've had Stamkos injured, Brown's injured, Hedman's injured right now. I think it's just day-to-day, though. Callahan's injured, Kucherov was injured for a while, and Bishop was also injured for a while. So these are some pretty big names. Those are very important names to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And because all of those names have been out, it's really affected the team and their chance to win. But like I said, I really do expect them to come back and go on a winning streak and make a push for the playoffs. But that wraps up the video for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I wish them luck in the end of the season. It's going to be exciting to see them play the rest of their games. And if they make it into the playoffs, that's going to be exciting to watch too. If you're stopping by for the first time, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be making a lot of these videos in the near future. If you're already a part of Post to Post and you're watching this video, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining me here at Post to Post. I really appreciate it. If you're on social media, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. So head on over to facebook.com/Post to Post Show, and I'm at Post to Post Show on Twitter. So hit me up on there if you have any questions or concerns. Otherwise, leave a comment below and I'll make sure I reply to you as soon as I can. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios.